I'm not a huge fan of the whisker biscuit.
A lot of people are.
Yeah. No offense to anyone. Wow. Rob, I have a lot to learn.
Yes, you do.
Hi, John. I'm Dominique.
Hi, Dominic.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
So,
you too.
believe it or not, I actually shoot victory arrows.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, isn't that right, Rob?
Yes.
I do. I shoot victory arrows. And I don't know how much Rob has told you about my journey, but I started about 6 months ago, 5 or 6 months ago in archery. And I showed up at his shop with an interesting bow. And that's when I really learned that there is so much happening in the archery world and community that I know nothing about. So that was the beginning. So he set me up with some victory arrows.
Wow,
And
cool.
I am interested in what the archery community should know about what's happening at Victory. What's new? What's going on?
Well, this is our newest arrow right here that you had already picked up. It's our HLR series.
Okay.
And that stands for, LR stands for long range.
Long range.
Yeah, so what we did was, this is a 204 diameter. See that weave, that check mark on there? That's a 45-degree angle weave, which we call a low torque. And what that means is when the arrow shoots, it doesn't flex as much.
Oh, okay.
Because we're trying to design an arrow that'll shoot 100 yards.
Okay.
And everybody's like, well, I said, hey, the sights go to 125. Don't you want the arrows should go that far too? But it becomes very intricate to get an arrow to fly that far. If there's anything off at all, it's going to have a problem inside of 100 yards.
Oh, wow.
So this little check weave that's on there is actually the weave of the carbon. Okay, and you might see that similar on a lot of other arrows, but the other arrows are all decals. They're made to look like this. Okay, this is actually the carbon was woven, instead of weaving on a 90, they weave it on an angle like this,
wow.
and that develops this low torque. So it has to be stiff, it has to be light, very light. Okay, and we've had a lot of lightweight arrows before that people were using, but we found in the tack shoots, especially where they're shooting 125 and shooting through the woods and shooting at elk targets, they were breaking a lot of arrows because they were light, they were flying great, but they weren't as strong and tough. So this is designed to be super light, low torque, very tough. It's our newest arrow. Has a 50 grain stainless insert that we developed for it.
It's beautiful.
It comes with the arrow.
I like things that look really nice.
Well,
that looks really nice.
Not only is that nice, if you were to buy that on some of the other brands that are out there, you'd find it'd be about $24, $25 just for the inserts.
Oh,
on
wow.
top of it, this is included with the arrow.
Okay.
And then this happens to be our Elite Series, which is our yellow coloring that we have here, which means that the tolerances on the arrow are plus or minus 1,000ths, which means it's very, very, very straight.
Yeah.
And then we have a Gamer, which is our green series, which is designed to be under 3,000ths. And then we have a Sport, which is our red series, which is designed to be under 6,000ths.
And this is typically for a hunter, right? Like you wouldn't see. I'm asking because I want to learn.
Yeah,
well,
you would.
if you want to, just buy yourself the pigtail nibs, target tips, and just glue those in there instead. You get the same accuracy out to 100 yards.
Oh,
if you're shooting tack and stuff.
That's a good point he brought up. That this is flared out to fit the majority of the broadheads out there. So yes, you can hunt with this arrow. It's specifically designed for long-range target.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But I mean, if a guy's going to hunt elk, or a lot of the hunters, their sights go to 100, 125 yards, and they shoot the tack shoot to get ready to go hunting. And they, if they had the opportunity to shoot 100, they probably would, even though some people consider it as not conventional and unsportsmanlike to shoot that far. It is a smaller diameter. It's a 204. Normal arrows are 245, and
you can definitely see the difference. Like it's visually very
She
different.
shoots 23s.
And the 23s are even bigger. Okay, and then
Still shoots 27.
and you move into.
Oh yeah,
we have a 162. So you have basically a 245, a 204, and a 162.
Okay.
And this would be our VAP, very small diameter. Okay.
Okay.
They shoot very far also, but because they're smaller diameter, some of the arrow rests don't adjust down enough correctly for them. So, a lot of people are shooting like a whisker biscuit. And that small diameter shaft sometimes, because the hole is designed for a 2.45, the arrow can move around inside. The guy's moving the bow. So sometimes they don't go to that unless they're shooting pretty sophisticated arrow rests.
I'm not a huge fan of the whisker biscuit.
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
It's
No offense to anyone.
It's simple. It's just a simple rest, but they work very well. A lot of people, you can't get the whisker biscuit away from them.
Really?
Well, it's quiet. It holds the arrow, and they're going through the woods. They're not losing the arrow off of the rest or anything. So it's almost like it meets, their expectation of what an arrow rest could be. And then if you have a target rest or something that requires you to be right on your hand correct, if you're walking through the woods, those arrows jumping on and off, falling, making clattering as it falls off, makes noises, and people want to be very quiet when they're hunting.
So I do have a question for you. What's your favorite arrow if you are shooting a target bow?
Well,
Would it be the newest one that you guys are
I would,
releasing?
The majority of our arrows are just the standard diameter arrow, which is going to be a 2.45.
Okay.
Okay, and that has a much smaller. You see the adapter on that,
Right.
and the insert on that. I mean, and so the price points that we offer them at $39, $49 for a 6-pack. So it's more, the average arrow for the average hunter out there. And then we get into a lot of sophisticated stuff as you move to different arrows, which it just depends on what kind of shooting, whether you're shooting a recurve, a compound, what kind of compound, the amount of let off that the compound has, the draw weight that you're holding, all that comes into play. Your draw length, everything comes into play if you're really tuning an arrow for a bow.
Okay. Wow. Rob, I have a lot to learn.
Yes, you do.
Well, thank you so much, John,
Thank
for your
you.
time. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
This is Victory Archery, and I just had a wonderful conversation with John.